This is an intro. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Tuesday. Today, I'm DJ Gadget,
I'm Steph.
and today we're going to dive into a brainchild of mine called SobrieTEA.
But how is that spelled? That's important.
SobrieTEA. Because
Your
tea.
English teacher would be proud to a point.
To a point. It's a made-up word that I made. I've been sober for 1,750 days. Yeah. It's been a really long journey. If you were wondering, that is 42,012 hours. It's also 2,527,730 minutes.
You're your own rent song.
I know. 525,000. Yeah, or 4 years. It's like
enough.
when people have a baby and they're like, oh, 72 months.
Yeah, 670,000 weeks old.
Yeah. But sobriety was not a decision I thought I'd ever make. I was one of those people that was like, I'm never going to change. You can't change me. I'm fine. I don't have a problem.
I do remember that era.
Yeah. And all I wanted to do was drink or do drugs. Like going to people's like baby showers was really hard because like there's never an open bar at a baby shower.
Not usually.
So I would always bring stuff with me. It was just calculating all the time, kind of like a smoker tries to figure out how many cigarettes they have left for the day. But that being said, too, I haven't had nicotine in 1,143 days.
Woot.
Yeah. And so 377 days ago, I thought I was going to try to quit soda, and that didn't happen.
I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, no, that one's just going. It's a lie. It's all a lie. I use an app because I'm not all about that life of really counting. Because if I think about it too much, it kind of drags on me, wears not down on me. So my app is called NOMO, and NOMO. You can download it for free. And then I think there's a button that you can buy the guy a cup of coffee, which I have before.
But I like the app idea for the fact it's not, because I can only imagine, at least in the beginning, it's always, that's all you're thinking of is just trying to be okay.
Yep.
And then once you finally get to a decent point in your mental state where you can be like, you know what, I'm good, then it's just a nice surprise when you go to look at it. It's not always
it was a nice, yeah, it's a nice surprise when the first time I like walked into a bar and was like, I'm okay. But there's so much that goes into it. There's, I didn't do it alone. I was very sick. It was COVID. I couldn't go anywhere. I was on house lockdown. And they just prescribed me meds and we went and got them. And I had to like keep in constant contact with the rehab via Zoom. It was ridiculous. It was weird. But it was a little bit less I hope they kept it. It was a little less intimidating than you go away to rehab and you're in a room and it's really lonely. Nobody's allowed in your room in rehab. I've been to rehab before. Mm-hmm. It just didn't work. And
do you think it being on Zoom and how the pandemic made everything made it easier for you? Like, do you think that's what it caused?
I think I'm lucky to have the support system that I have. My mom and my wife traded off. They tried to pretend I didn't know that I was being babysat. And but I definitely needed a babysitter. I was shaking. I was bringing alcohol to work. I went from, so I loved margaritas. I loved tequila. And I would order a margarita every time I went to the bar. Well, my margarita was like, yeah, but you don't need to use the triple sec in it. I don't really like it. It's an orange like liqueur. And so then it was, I wanted to lose weight. And so I didn't want as much sugar in my drinks. So I was like, can you just use half the sour mix you would and just fill the rest up with soda water, I guess? I don't know, whatever
they,
because you want a full drink. They always made my margarita in like a pint glass, not a margarita That's the kind of bars I went to. I'm an expensive date. And so, they did that. And then I was like, you don't need to put sour mix in it. Just tequila and a splash of lime juice, like sweetened with lime juice, like a splash. And then I was realizing I was filling a pint glass up with ice. I was filling that pint glass with ice up with tequila. And then I was putting like a few dashes of lime juice in it, and I was drinking that like it was a soda pop. And then I'd have
Just
another.
a sprinkle of
Yeah.
of it.
It's not healthy just because it has a fresh lime on it. It was so not healthy that now I've done research, obviously. Got a lot of time when you're sober. The reason why you don't remember the night before is not like some magical blackout or you were so drunk. You can't go to a hypnotist and recall those memories because you got so drunk you poisoned yourself and your brain was unable to make memories. That's why people get blackout drunk. And knowing that and knowing all the time I've lost is insane.
That's mildly scary.
Yeah.
And by mildly, I mean a lot.
I know it and I said it and I still have goosebumps because I'm like, your brain was unable to make memories. And I lost my dad to Alzheimer's. Spending all that time being so angry that he lost his memories and then choosing to get so obliterated because of it that I lost my memory because I never created one, that bothered me. Being told I said things or we got into a fight or this or that, or not knowing where my car is, or,
What do you think made you go that route back then?
So I had a really good friend die of brain cancer.
Mhm.
And you mean what went my route of drinking so much?
Yeah, like what started your journey of this? No pressure. If you don't want to talk about it, we can move on.
I don't know. Because it wasn't, I thought it was cool. Okay. I thought drinking and drugs were cool. I started very young.
Was it because of the crowds you hang out with and all the stuff they talk about?
My favorite movie character was Natalie Portman in Leon the Professional. I loved her because she was young and she smoked cigarettes.
That was a good movie, though.
That was a really good movie. I loved her. I thought she was so cool. I used to watch all these movies with my dad. It wasn't my dad's fault. But I watched all these movies where drug addiction and alcoholism and sitting at the bar, you're a detective, you have the scotch on the rocks. Like that was all really, really romanticized. And I could not wait
to get to that point.
Know that feeling because I watched these smoky bars with the scotch. I wanted to know what that tasted like. I wanted to know what that was like. Being drunk at a party in a movie is really, really cool. And I'm not on the bandwagon of cancel all video games, cancel all movies because they're going to teach your kids this or that. I'm more on the bandwagon of teach your kids that you're literally choosing to give up memories. You're literally choosing to make it harder on yourself to lose weight because you're going to have a fattier liver because of damage to it. I think health class in schools is life-saving because we just had DARE, which was don't do drugs.
DARE growing up.
The end.
Yeah.
And then I think our DARE officer got picked up for narcotics. So like even that was glamorized because we thought it was funny. Oh, the DARE officer tells us not to do drugs and then he gets busted for drugs.
I actually knew a few kids from my class that went to the DARE programs. We all had the DARE shirts.
Right.
And they did not grow up in the best way.
Yeah.
That even just DARE alone was not enough to warn them of what they were actually going to get into should they do this.
Yeah.
And they did, and they found out.
I think I would talk to a class of kids about what it feels like to think about something all day long, even when you're not doing it. Or like when you're getting sober dreams are a thing. They're
I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, that I screwed up, that I drank. I swore to blog I drank. And I was like, well, that's it. And I'm very all or nothing. So that's it. I screwed up my sobriety. And I wake up and be like, no, we don't have PBR in the fridge. Was that a dream? I'd be so mad.
Questioning yourself.
Yeah. And literally not, my brain was healing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was not able to remember, was that real or was that a dream? Like it was like serious wet brain.
And that's got to be scary in itself, because not only did you deal with the blackout of not knowing what you did, what you said,
No idea.
anything,
Yeah.
now you're trying to get better and your brain is still doing that to you, but it's because it's trying to get better and rewire itself. And
Yep. And it's pretty amazing that pathways can be healed in your brain, all those little synapses. I feel a lot better than I ever have in my life. I started drinking and experimenting with drugs and smoking at, we'll say 13, just because that sounds reasonable. But I meet a 13-year-old today, that is a baby.
Yeah.
That is a very much a child.
Well, that was the age range.
That was like everything.
But that was the age range we were hanging out at a comic book store.
Oh, yeah.
For like 13 hours a day.
Yeah.
And that had every age range there, but no one knew that that's what you were going through.
No.
Because that's where we were hanging out. And
yeah.
I
was just the cool girl. And I think the thing that gave me personality is I was probably half cocked the whole time.
Probably.
And that made me one of the guys.
Right.
If the guys were drinking beer, I would drink beer.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like all the beer, but I pretended I did until I did. It was like Stockholm syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like hard alcohol until I did. I didn't like being high until I did. You know, pills made me sleepy until they didn't. And so it was anything. I just wanted to be really accepted.
Right.
I felt like I wanted a thing. It could be anything. There's this American Dad episode where Klaus is like, just tell me what to say and I will say it. I just want to be in this with you. And
Back to American Dad. Did anyone find the name of that guy that's at the end of the episodes?
I love him so much. Okay, bye-bye now.
We'll get back to that.
But I laugh every time I see that episode because it's true. Just tell me what to say and I'll say it. I just want to be in this with you. I used to hang out at Pogo in downtown Norwich, which
I remember Pogo. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, that was so long ago.
Pogo was like probably the buying of the land of Weirdsterly. That is where local bands really, it like was a whole magical world for me. Rebecca
it was the
Nurse,
center.
Hate
It was
Breed,
it was the epicenter of that area. Because you had NFA and all the other surrounding kids that would hang out there.
Yeah, and I hung out there every single Friday. Like
I went there a few times.
Saturday, so the whole weekend. Like I would just be in downtown Norwich. I got to know the homeless people, and homeless people have drugs. So usually, and it was that was a really bad scene for me. And there was no alcohol in Pogo.
Because it was like
a kid's thing. Yeah.
It was meant for like kid garage bands to have a place to perform that was safe.
Yeah, I feel like we ruined it. And part of rehab is like, oh, write apology letters. I was like, I don't have anyone to apologize to. I don't care. But now that I'm thinking about it, I would probably write to the owner of Pogo, which was my friend's dad, and say, I'm really sorry because we definitely ruined it. There was a lot of kids getting drunk, getting high, getting hurt, getting in situations they didn't need to be in. And eventually I think the stress got to that whole family and they shut down.
Yeah.
For the safety of the community. But
which is sad because that was supposed to be a safe haven for kids, but the drinking and drugs was so prevalent in that area at that time. It almost overtook it.
Yeah.
So it did overtake it.
It did overtake it. And we definitely ruined it. I was not single-handed in that.
No.
It was a lot of
yourself,
people.
DJ.
Yeah,
it
was my fault. All my fault. No. I was actually very mild compared to some people there. But there was I wanted to be cool. So anything you put in my hand, I would take. It could have been Tylenol. I had no idea. But so getting sober, I had a friend who had brain cancer, Rob, and I
never met Rob, but you talked very fondly of him.
What a weirdo. He would have loved this. But he used to introduce me to people and be like, "Oh, this is DJ. She'll punch you in the throat." And it was
starting
true.
with the truth.
Yeah, seriously. Bar fights were huge when I wasn't sober. But he got brain cancer and he became homebound. And so I spent a lot of my time helping take care of him. His mom was at the brink of stress and helped take care of her, make sure everybody eats, blah, blah, blah. But this whole time I was drinking a lot because one of my best friends was dying in front of me and there was no fixing it. And I thought it was helping, but it wasn't helping. It just made me feel crappy the next day. And then sometimes I didn't go because I had a hangover. And I didn't even see this at the time, but I'm thinking, I'm like, I could have had so much more time with him.
Right.
If I didn't get so messed up.
But at the time, that was your coping mechanism.
Right.
That's what you knew to make you feel better.
Yeah. And he drugged me once.
Okay.
It wasn't his fault. So there's this stuff called, I think it's called RSO. It's this super condensed marijuana, THC, and it's for cancer patients. And so we would like spread it on a lollipop, like a dum dum for him. And he couldn't really swallow very well. So we'd like rub it on his tongue, swallow. So I'm feeding him his lollipop and somehow it got on my thumb and I was like, and I looked at him and he was nonverbal at this point, but he went, oh no. And it was hilarious. And I'm like, I have to stay here, don't I? And he was, and I'm like, God damn it.
That's like the Carol Burnett sketch back in the day with oh no, now I can't think of the name. One's named Harvey. I don't know. They do a thing where they look it up.
Okay.
I'll show you later.
So yeah, he passed and I was sad. I'm still sad, obviously. But his birthday came around and I got plastered. Completely plastered. Or no, it wasn't his birthday, it was his death date. The 1 year came around and I got plastered. And I woke up in my garage and
not a normal place to wake up in.
I was freezing. I was sick. I couldn't really sit up and I was like, that didn't help. I don't know. This just like epiphany, like that didn't help. And I started talking to my wife about like, I'm done. I need to be done. I was also like, my autoimmune disorders were off the charts. It looked like I either had cancer or I was septic. Like drinking did not help. And now like I still have, and I had chronic pain too. So that was a factor of like self-medicating, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
That's
a whole other episode.
That's a whole nother episode.
Of chronic pain that we both get to talk about.
So yeah, I decided then, and then I signed up for rehab. I don't even know how this happened. I signed up for rehab. I couldn't go to rehab. They were quite rude about it. They were like, well, if you go to rehab, you're going to get COVID. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to live. So, and that was the round where everybody was dying.
Right.
So I was like terrified. And I was like, okay, so F this idea. And I went home, but then they called back. Like some doctor must have been like, what is wrong with you? Why would you say that to her? And they called back and there was this at-home program that they were trying to pilot and they did it. And it was cool. You had to like check in like 3 or 4 times a day. I don't remember. It was all these lectures and blah, blah, blah. And it was boring at first. And all I wanted was a drink. And so I said that. And that was my adding to the thing. Like you go around and say stuff.
Hi, my name is DJ.
And then I found a group of people who, after rehab, during rehab, because this was a weird rehab where I had like access to the internet because I'm home. I found a group of people who did like a virtual AANA on Zoom. but their whole spiel was they were non-denominational, which means
Okay.
it wasn't about God. It wasn't about a higher power. They were doing this within themselves, and that worked for me. And if that doesn't work for somebody, that means nothing, because what's going to work for you is what's going to work for you, and nobody ever should judge that. If you need God to get through this, then you take God and you get through this. If you need to believe in the vastness of the ocean, you take the vastness of the ocean and you get through this. If rainbows are your reminder to not drink, look up.
Right.
Because whatever it is that's bigger than you, go for it. It just happened to be me. I was bigger than me, and that worked really well for me. I wanted credit for everything I did. And
nothing wrong with that.
It worked. And
I mean,
that's what failed the other times, was going in and being told about God and just being like, I don't want to be here. I feel so out of place.
That's not your world. If that's I'm not religious. I'm spiritual in some aspect of things, but like I can't fathom trying to go through some kind of change that I know is bad in my life. I need to do something, and just have someone say, well, God is mad at you and God is this. Like, how, unless that's your world, and by no judgment, if that's what it took for other people, great. But there's so many others, you included.
Yep.
They need something other than religion to help, because that's not what pulls them.
Right.
So it's great that there was something like this.
Yeah, it was amazing. And I still like, I'm not as active in that group, but I'll like, if I see somebody and I recognize that, I'm like, hey, want to talk? Like, I'll just grab somebody from the group that's posting in it. It's like a private Facebook group. Be like, hey, what's up? Like, you don't seem like you're okay. And they're like, I'm not. I just need a friend. I'm like, hi, friend. And
talking is very powerful.
Sometimes the reason people drink is because their family is wicked religious, and that religion doesn't allow them to be who they are.
Yeah.
And then trying to get better and get sober and walking into a group that's talking about the religion that made your family become vacant in your life, that hurts. So it doesn't work for everybody, but everybody deserves to be sober.
And I agree.
So that's where SobrieTEA came from.
Full circle. Now we're back to today.
So the biggest challenge post-sober, so rehab's done, everything's done, you're back out and socializing, COVID's done-ish, and you're going to parties and stuff. The biggest thing was like, what do I do? Like, as an adult, what do I do? How do I get out there? What do I do with my arms? So
what words do I say?
Right. And the whole thing is like, can I buy you a drink? And then all of a sudden you're like, everything is bad. Everything is bad. What do I say? No. Well, now I'm a insert word here. But yeah, you can. I love Diet Pepsi. What do you want in it? A straw?
2 ice cubes.
Yeah, seriously, just take it however you need to, because if somebody wants to buy you a drink, let them, and it's your drink. It's your choice. Adult beverages are beverages that belong to adults. And so
good statement.
Yeah, one of my favorite stores around here, we're in Weirdsterly, Rhode Island today, because today is brought to you by 321 Media and Herbwise Naturals. We got, which way do I turn it? Yerba mate.
There we go.
What flavor is yours?
Mine is the enlightened mint. We'll see how that goes.
I have Bluephoria. Yerba mate is wicked good for you.
Plus, it's fun to say, so it's just like an all-around good time.
You can paper mate while you yerba mate.
Paper mate. Maybe one day we'll talk about the inside joke of that, but right now, paper mate.
Yeah. These are amazing, and they are wicked caffeinated. I think they make me crazy.
Let's check out these.
It's not recommended for children, pregnant or breastfeeding women, or individuals sensitive to caffeine. Yeah, yerba mate has a lot of caffeine in it.
Yeah, don't do that. But it's organic.
Don't panic. It's organic. So we both have the ones that we chose, but then we shared because sharing is caring.
We got cups to try.
So this is the Bluephoria.
Yeah. That's not that bad.
It's really good. I've had this one before. I'm cheating.
This is the first time I've had Bluephoria.
It's definitely blueberry.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say Bluephoria tastes like?
Hold on, I'm gonna do it again. I don't know why, but it almost reminds me of pomegranate.
That's fair.
I mean, it's got that light flavor at the end of it. It's definitely a refreshing flavor, in my opinion.
It has elderberry juice, blueberry, and organic caffeine. 150 milligrams of caffeine per can.
So the one I have, Enlightened Mint, it has, let's see, organic cane sugar, organic yerba mate extract.
There's all that in there too.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to find like the different things in here. So there's the brewed peppermint, organic peppermint leaf, organic honey, citric acid with natural flavoring.
It smells good.
It's definitely minty flavored. Like, in my opinion, I think the mint is on the heavier side, but I like that.
It's not like burn your mouth mint though.
No, I find it very refreshing in the respect of like, it's not too much mint. It's just enough to, okay, I'm tasting mint. I enjoy mint. 1 + 1 is 2.
Is there lemon in it?
Yeah. Wait, no. Maybe.
Maybe.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Maybe. Yes. No.
There's honey.
I like it.
Yeah, no, I don't see any.
In full disclosure, I don't like mint tea. And that's really good.
There is no lemon.
I like that they're honest. They're like, yeah, we have sugar in it. We're not trying to give you fake sugar. We're not trying to hide the fact that we have sugar in it. There's sugar, and it's pure cane sugar, but the calories aren't bad. There's only 120 per can.
Right.
And I've always drank like half a can at a time, like throughout the day.
But this brand is becoming very popular in a lot of different areas. So, you know how you can always pick Red Bull or whatnot at the bar. I've heard some places starting to have this here. So that's
cool. Instead
of a drink, this is a very valid option.
So that was another thing why I picked this today. It looks like a can, like a tall boy. It looks like if you had a beer, special hops beer, whatever. So you're not like the adult with the juice box at the bar or whatever. Like, you're not looking like an idiot. You have a very adult beverage. There's warnings. If that's something you're into. But
well, I'm sure going out to the bar for the first few times, once being sober, just that appearance aspect will probably play on your mind of you want to just blend in with everybody else. You don't want it to be, I'm the sober one. Right. So at least like even something as simple as just holding this might actually make you feel better.
Yeah.
Might calm you down with your anxiety.
The one thing that I had to do was celebrate the what's it called?
Mm-hmm.
Like the ritualistic portion of drinking.
Was
like really important to me. Yeah,
and,
cheers and I'm so proud of you. Let's do a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Or we haven't seen each other in forever. Let's do a shot. Today is
let's
Tuesday.
Go grab drinks after work.
Yeah, let's do a shot. Everything is let's do a shot. I got to know the bartenders where I was, and I was like, I am sober. And they were like, awesome. Like, what's happening? And I'm like, if they do shots, I just want cranberry juice. Take the money.
Mm-hmm.
I just want cranberry juice. And she was like, cool, got you. Every time. And so doing that little like 007 mission, totally worth it. Because I want to do the shot.
Right.
Or like ask for a shot glass and pour your drink into it and do the shot. You don't have to be ousted from
Your
the
friend group
ritual.
yeah.
And
well, drinking seems to be the one notion of if you say no thank you.
Oh,
well,
come
why?
on.
Well, why?
Yeah.
Well, is
It's
something
just
wrong?
one.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Whereas if you say like, oh, I don't want to do drugs. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But drinking is like the one thing, because I'm not a big drinker. I probably drink one thing maybe like every 6 months. I'm not, I like the taste, but it's not so expensive. And
Yeah.
no, I have to save up to call myself poor. I'm not there. So, especially with all the new house renovations.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't like having to drink or feeling the pressure of drinking well, you're not driving, so what's the big deal? Yeah, I just don't want it.
Dude, it's just beer. Dude, it's just wine. Come on, it's just one. And you're like, I just don't want to. Right. It's really hard to stand up for yourself. But if you're like, hey, are you having a drink? Got one.
Right.
Just own it. And that's how I get through.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, over at Herbwise, it was Gina, I believe, that turned me on to these because I was like, oh my God, I was trying not to do soda, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I have the worst headache. I need caffeine now. And she was like, I got you. And this other thing is these are cold. They have a cooler in there.
Mm-hmm.
So
you can actually get these at Stop and Shop now.
Ooh.
One of our local grocers in the area.
Yeah. So, but if you're close to Herbwise, that's their address. They're next to Woody's and Woodmancy's and us.
And us.
And so we walk there.
And kind of in the same realm of pizza place.
Yep.
A lot of Weirdsterly people will know pizza place.
Yeah.
So it's down the street on the same side.
Yeah.
Of there.
And they're pretty cool. Even if you just go in there and you're like, hi, I've never been here before, but I saw you on Weirdsterly. That would be cool. Or if you want to give them a call, there's their number. Mm-hmm. I would ask for Sue. She's an herbalist. And I've asked her, I've gotten to know her really well over the years. And I just feel so comfortable asking her sometimes the most embarrassing things. Your body changes a lot through sobriety. And I had stomach issues like, whoa. I could not stop being sick. Wherever your mind went with that, that's how sick I was, because it was all of the above. I remember not being sick at all, but like I had no good gut bacteria left.
Oh,
and it was like
kind of important.
Yeah. So I remember being on a remote and leaving, throwing up and coming back.
That's so sad.
And everybody's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I can't talk. It's fine.
Just carry on.
Just keep talking. If I'm not here, keep talking. And I just kept on leaving and throwing up and coming back and stealing Ken's water and being like, you don't need this anymore.
You're dehydrated enough.
Yeah. Like I was like a mess. And he's like, I feel bad. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's fine. So I went to Sue and I was like, I'm going to die. Like, how do I can't do this. I'm going to lose all my teeth. Like I cannot be this sick this many times in a day. And she showed me a bunch of stuff and it worked.
That's great.
I went back in and I hugged her. I was like, thank you so much. It was awful. It was disgusting.
So what are some of the other things that you got from her? Because I know we went today and got some stuff.
Hold on.
By we, I mean you. Technically, no, I bought stuff too, but it was mostly chocolate. So
that's good for you too. It's fine.
Yeah, totally. It's fine.
So I got tea and they look a lot the same, but they're totally different. One of the things that I like is Thai tea. Mm-hmm. So this is oolong. And
oolong is
another thing that Herbwise is known for is their bulk herbs, spices, and teas. So I went and got some loose tea. I'm going to toss it in one of the infusers at home. And this one's a lot stronger than regular tea, which would be this, which was Ceylon tea.
Ceylon, I think
it was. Ceylon. I just wrote a C, so I would remember which one's which. But with Thai tea, you use a little bit of condensed milk, and then a really, really strong tea, which is this. And then in this tea has that orange flavor that Thai tea has. I'm probably going to brew it hot so that it actually steeps, and then add ice and milk and make it an iced tea. Love Thai tea. I also have to pick up, it comes in a bean.
Comes in a what? A bean?
It's like the flavoring.
Oh, I have no idea where you're going. I'm acting like I could help you.
I have to pick up. I asked her if she had it, and she didn't.
Oh,
it's like
Oh, I don't remember that word you said.
I don't remember that word I said either. I can see it, and I know where it is in the Asian market next to our houses.
Oh,
but
that's right.
Other than that,
well, at least you know where to go.
Yeah, it's this orange paste stuff. If you look up any Thai tea recipe, you'll see it. And then this is just regular tea because my wife is sick. She drank all our tea.
Aww.
She's gonna get real mad when she has to use an infuser.
Shh.
As long as I don't hide a flamingo in it. That's another episode.
Moving on. So have you found any kind of drink yourself that has been your go-to that helped you out the most when you got sober?
Yep. I changed my addiction into Country Time lemonade. I needed it, and I felt
whatever works.
My mom wanted to help so bad, so she was like, "Okay, powdered lemonade," and so she brought over like a bunch of lemonade. She had little bottles of already made lemonade and a big jug of I don't know something already made lemonade. And I was like, "No," and she's like, "It's lemonade," and I'm like, "No." I felt so bad. I couldn't help it. I was like, "It's not what I want," and I'm crying because I just need Country Time lemonade and I need to make it, and that's what I want. And so we went to the store during COVID, trying to die over fucking lemonade.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
It was a weird moment, but yeah, I have this overstock now of Country Time lemonade. Do you need any lemonade?
Is that still your?
I love it. Yeah, it's when I have a really bad day and I would have come home and poured a shot and had a beer, it's Country Time lemonade. The powder. And then I have another one that's developed, which is sweet tea, Lipton sweet tea powder. Southern sweet tea.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think it has no lemon in it. Yeah, but it's iced tea.
You know what we should do? We should find a way to get Country Time lemonade to sponsor us.
Oh, it's out there. You're welcome because
that would be
you
amazing.
Saved my life. We'll tag them in this video. Yeah, and maybe play it every day.
You know, spam their emails or
help us. But yeah, it was Country Time lemonade. That was every single day, all day long. I liked making it. Sometimes I put it in a bottle and I shook it like it was a margarita.
Well, there was a process to it. It wasn't just pour. Or...
I used to cut lemons up, squeeze them in. It was anything to keep my mind off it. And I wasn't working. It was COVID and I was home and there was alcohol everywhere in my house. I didn't hide things. I know some addicts like hide stuff. Right. I didn't have to because I did what I wanted and I wasn't hiding it.
Well, it was also your own place.
Yeah. So. And so I never hid things, but there was just, I could put some dive bars to shame. Like I had everything. I could make you a sour Swedish fish. Like I could make any drink out there. And my best friend came over and was like, "Give it to me." And I'm like, "Okay." I gave it to her. And then I called her the next coming weeks and months saying, "I found a bottle. You have to come over now. Thank you. I don't care if you're working. Come over." She did. She came and got it. I was like, "I'm not touching it. It's in the cabinet and I'm just gonna go take a nap now. Come in, get it, and leave." She's like, "Okay." But that support system saved my life. Like my mom and Jen switching off, watching me, being with me. During this time, very unrelated, I don't even want to get sued, so I'm not going to throw out names. A pharmacy overdosed me with my own medication. I was coming down on this one med, and I don't know how this happens, but they doubled it instead of cutting it in half. And I was already down a dose from the normal dose I had. So then they like basically double and a halved it on me. And so I lost my mind. It was like two days without notice. Like, and then I was like sick, and I couldn't, it was a capsule, so I couldn't cut it in half or anything. And my insurance wouldn't cover another script for me to have my meds, which I needed, because without this certain med, it is called brain zaps, and it is exactly what it sounds like. Without this med, and when it hit half shelf life, I had a delusion that I couldn't touch my phone because I would electrocute it.
Oh no.
My brain literally felt like it was being electrocuted. Mildly similar to like brain on fire syndrome, but it zaps all throughout my body, shocks just happening, and I couldn't walk. I was sick until there was literally nothing to be sick on, and I was still sick. Like my body just wanted to purge what absolutely wasn't there. So then I hurt myself, like, not like on purpose. It just hurt. And the pharmacy did not care, and we got corporate involved on the pharmacy. They did care. That was nice.
Wow.
That guy was fired because I was
that's so dangerous.
It was so dangerous. I'm sure he got fired. He doesn't work there anymore, at least. And because he told me to do some bad things because he was having a bad day.
The pharmacist told you this?
I was experiencing I wanted to unalive myself pretty bad. I'm really lucky that I had people babysitting me because I was trying to get sober.
Right.
And I called and I'm like, I need the med. Oh, because overdosed, sick. Now I'm withdrawing because I can't get my meds in the right dose. So now that was the brain zaps. So I'm like, I want to die. And so I called and I'm crying and I'm like, please, like, you don't understand. Like, I will bring back the entire script and you can do whatever you need to do with it. I need that right milligram, and my insurance won't. Can I just swap you? And no, that was impossible, I guess. And he's like, listen, I'm having a really bad day and I don't have time for your stuff. And I was like, I am over here like dying and I want to die. And he's like, well, then go do it.
What?
Corporate got called. Jen was over the moon angry. I've never seen her so angry. And then I thought she was angry at me because I'm like crazy
you're
right
not
now.
In your right mind. So
no, I was not in my right mind.
I am mad for you. And this was years ago.
And this was just very wrong timing. And that's another thing. If you're a cashier, you don't know what people are going through.
No.
You don't know why they're going through it.
Like, unless they're a danger to society and they're out and they're doing something and you need to call people, don't get involved.
I feel like as a pharmacist, you might be a mandated reporter and somebody should have helped me.
I mean, yeah.
Like, even if it was, well, then you have to go to the hospital. I couldn't think logically.
Right.
I should have gone to the hospital and gotten the right dose of medication.
But your mind went to where you get your medication.
But I kept on being told, and there was almost no hospital. Like, I was being told, if you go to the hospital, you're going to get COVID and die.
Right.
And I already feel like I'm dying, and I kind of want to die. And it
so
was
no matter
awful.
Where you looked,
that pharmacist was terrible. Like, it was just a terrible human, not a pharmacist, just a terrible human.
Right. It's sad. Like, not that I have anything compared to that, just dealing with certain doctors and how they feel, medical staff. Let's combine it into that, anyone from pharmacist to doctor to whatever, and just the callousness that they can have.
Like, I'm having a bad day, so I can't deal with you. I always tell people, like you say, oh, not that I've had anything like that, but you have had your thing.
I've had my own
that
things.
was the worst you've ever experienced, right. And that is bad enough.
Yeah. I remember I had pneumonia one time, and I'm susceptible, unfortunately, to that. And I was getting really sick, but I didn't have insurance. This is back when I want to say my early 20s. And it was when I could afford to go to the doctor. And when I went to work, and I was, dating someone who he wasn't working that much. So I had to go to work every day to pay bills. So it got to a point where I was like, I have to go to a doctor. Like, this is not like
this is going to be bad.
Yeah. So I remember my mom brought me, and we went into like an urgent care in the area that I used to live in. And it was the nurse practitioner that she was talking to me. And she's like, well, maybe next time you'll learn to come in sooner. And I was like,
thanks.
How about this? I have a great idea. How about we switch jobs and you earn what I earn and then tell me this?
Let's talk about.
Yeah. So just the callousness of certain people's, not even just bedside manner, just they're so used to their status that they're like, well,
why didn't you just
what? Yeah. What? It's like,
it's not that simple.
That's no. And especially add in, you're trying to get sober on top of all that.
Yeah, it was
and
rough.
Then just.
But if I can do that, do anything. Right. And I've had some pretty big milestones sober that if I can do that, I can. My dad died. I was sober.
Right.
And in a lot of pain because I broke my back.
I remember that. I remember having conversations with you right before your surgery and then right after your surgery. You didn't really sound like yourself, but we chalked that up to pain and, after surgery thoughts. But yeah, I remember that time period. And I have to say, as your friend for, we won't say how many decades, I'm proud of how far you've come because I remember you back in those days. We used to hang out at a bar and whatnot. And now
and close it. Yeah. We would close the bar. And now I'm like, it's 9 p.m. Like, are we leaving soon?
But just to remind us for the fact that we were at bars, we would hang out. In fact, we even started at a comic book store, which if we remember someday, we'll throw up the picture of us at the comic book store back when I was 19 and you were, I think 15 or something.
Probably, yeah.
We went to that. You went through all the hell that you went through. You got sober, and now we have a podcast.
We have a podcast.
How cool is that?
It's
I'm
things
proud.
Do change.
I am proud of being your friend to get to watch all the things you've done.
Yeah.
Because I remember talking about 2 years ago-ish about us wanting to make Weirdsterly and see what it is. We had no idea it was going to turn into this. No. I'm happy it's turned into this.
But I like that. I'm bad at processes and getting things done. And through all of this, we've actually just gotten things done. It's okay, I have to do this now. So I'm going to work on this until it's done. And now it's done. So,
right.
Yeah.
But I'm proud as your friend getting to see you make these milestones and then remind you of these milestones. Cause I know you definitely don't clock them when they happen.
Yeah.
So I'm clocking this now for you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Well, one of the other cool things that I kind of want to mention is not just a podcast that we have. We also have merch.
Hey, we do.
So I'm wearing the zip up hoodie. Wait, hold on, let's see how there it is. Got a cool little logo. And then the back you can't see, but there's a logo back there. Hold on, wait, see if I can turn around.
I can turn around.
Logo.
There you go.
Weird.
Yep.
And she has the pullover hoodie. We also have t-shirts. We have, let's see, what are the other things that are on that site? There's various types of t-shirts. You can get them in different colors. There's baby onesies. There's even what do you call them? Bandanas for dogs. Because, animals are important. So how would one want to go about buying one of our cool things of merchandise? Do you know where to send them to?
Spread shop.
Close. So go to our website.
Oh, Weirdsterly. I was like, no, we didn't say what. Wow.
So you would go to our website at weirdsterly.com.
Yeah, do that.
And there is a link for merch. And that's where you can go and get all sorts of craziness, coolness to help support us and be one of the weird people too, because being weird is kind of fun. And all the cool kids are doing it.
Yeah.
You know? So I believe DJ is attempting something. I'm watching all these clicking things happen.
Yeah.
Right
amazing.
now. It's cool now that it's facing me and I can see this.
Yeah. So accept the cookies so we can see that you came. This is our website. This is how you can listen to our podcast or stream
or podcast. Bands. One of the ways.
You can message us. This would go to us if you wanted. This is our bios shop.
Weirdsterly shop.
Yep.
Look. You can change that to black. We have black shirts, but it just worked better.
Here's a fun, since we're talking about merch, this is actually my brain.
I'll sit back while you explain this.
Yeah, so this is my brain.
Not on drugs.
This is my brain not on drugs. Actually,
I thought that was funny.
At this point, I was probably on a lot of drugs. Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, that's my brain.
Yeah, but not
like my actual brain.
But
that's another show. But and I was not on any illegal substances.
Medicated drugs that were required.
My brain is. I have a brain thing. We're taking care of it. But yeah. So by buying merch, you help me maybe go back to the doctor.
Yeah, so she can get the rest of her brain scanned. And I'm not saying that sarcastically. I mean, she should. Yeah. For various medical reasons.
They don't actually know what's wrong yet. Just, I guess, full disclosure is fair. I have too much spinal fluid pressing on my brain, which sometimes, like when you get up and you get dizzy, that's all fun and games until you can't see anything for a minute or more. That's what's happening. And it's bad, I guess, because it was like $14,000 in the hospital last time that I was there. But I got this really cool picture of my brain. And there's another cool picture that we'll probably use on merch because it's freaking hilarious. I'm going to make myself our own cryptid. Yeah. So,
but as you can see, you can get mugs, you can get bags, you can pick what design you want on them. Eventually we'll get more. See, Maria decided to pick a cup with her name on it.
My Maria.
But as I was saying, like we'll have more different logos to add on to that eventually. But right now you have the choice of DJ's brain.
How cute would that be? Can somebody like have a baby right now and put their baby in this? It could be pink. It could be gender neutral. It could be blue.
It could be emo.
A little emo baby. Oh my God. Makes me want to have a baby.
So that's concerning because I know that's not true. Moving on. So yeah, weirdsterly.com and you follow the link to
the baby sweatshirt.
I can't see anything.
I didn't know we had that.
Yeah.
Oh, Steph's been working really hard on this stuff.
I try. Lots of sleepless nights and lots of headaches.
If you get your kid Weirdsterly swag, can we get pictures?
Like, please take a picture, tag us in it, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or something. Just tag Weirdsterly. We want to see because that would be awesome.
Or you.
If you get anything, if you get yourself a shirt, you get yourself a hoodie, get your pet a bandana because there's one of those. Tag us. We want to see. We want to enjoy you guys too because, you know, being weird together is fun. In my opinion.
Change that image. All right.
So. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for watching.
Got to hear a little chapter in the story of DJ.
Yeah.
There'll be more episodes we've talked about of different other snippets of types of drinks. There's, you know, more than just yerba mate that we can drink, but
yerba mate.
Yeah, there's various other ideas for those recently getting sober, trying to get sober, just to help out with what could go out in the world with instead of what to drink. Knowing what to drink.
I know exactly what we're doing the next SobrieTEA, and it's really good. So stay tuned.
Woot.
Yep.
All right.
So thanks for tuning in. Stay weird. Bye.